How's it going, everyone? I'm Ty Wizdom, and I'm here just to kind of give the weekly update in the Wizdom world of things. So to start it off, it's very interesting to see what's been going on with the solo server and the World of Warcraft community. Blizzard has been hitting a lot of these servers, and even a couple of our own people that have been working on this solo server were just hit with a lawsuit, and I'm not going to say their names or anything. If they want to post it and talk about it, that's all up to them, but it is sad to see now that certain other people are going to be getting targeted in the community. One other thing I just wanted to also mention, we're going to be starting a kind of music series here that's going to be called Studio Sessions. And all of this is going to be music that I've worked on for the last couple of years with some other peeps or by myself. And I want to release whatever we have for the instrumentals that we are not using for anything else, like either we're not writing lyrics to, or they were just ideas that we had that were kind of fun. And I'm going to try just to do some basic mixing to them and then release it out. These will be available to anyone if they want to use them, or if they want to contact me, use my email down below. Work together on maybe setting up one of these projects and finishing up the beat for you if you are a vocalist that wants to do some vocal work. If there's some interest in some of those specific ones, they'll be available to anyone. Just requires the Wizdom Entertainment tag. But other than that, I think this is gonna be something cool. We have so many music projects that were just kind of fun creations when either we were roaming around in the middle of the night and then came home drunk and then just decided to throw some music together, or we were just bored for the day. A lot of the sessions I have currently right now were just from me and a buddy that he would get off work, and the first thing he'd do is come on over, hook up that keyboard, take a couple dabs, and we'd get to working. And so a lot of the stuff is at a point now, though, that it probably won't progress forward on a lot of these projects, and might as well send them out there for anyone else that might be able to pull it apart or do something with it. And I still have certain things that I'll be keeping for myself, of course, that we've worked on. And one other thing too is if it takes off well enough too, I have complete live recordings that we did. I set up the camera in the back while we were putting together some of these, so if it does take off, maybe we'll release some of that content as well. And even some of it that I was talking about in a few other videos, that some of the sessions were just us out in the mountains, kind of just making some burgers, cooking it up. And then I set up my studio monitors and my mobile studio setup, and we were just recording right there on the car while we were just chilling in the mountains. And sometimes you get some really cool vibes when you're in that type of scenery in the session, man. That's why we're calling it Studio Sessions. So very excited for that. This has been kind of in the works for a little bit, just not really sure on how we were going to progress with that. And one other thing I just want to say with the music stuff too, not that I've lost my inspiration for it, but when I first got into music about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was the basic of basics. I didn't know how to write lyrics. I didn't know song structure, don't know notes, I didn't know anything. And it was so fun exploring the world of music because I felt like you never really could learn everything. The master musicians knew probably 10%, we'll just say it like that. All the master musicians in the world probably knew about 10% of the entirety of music, all the different genres I'm talking about. To learn absolutely everything of music is impossible, but that's what makes it such an amazing journey in a lot of ways, and the creativity behind it in a lot of ways should be endless. The issue that we ran into the nowadays world is now you can get masterpieces done with AI in just a matter of seconds, minutes. I mean, there's people advertising it now on their videos. I'm so back and forth with AI. When it comes to any sort of art or things that take people's talent to actually produce, that you have to put soul behind and everything, I'm 100% against AI on that. I think it's really ruined a lot of content creation, the videos that we used to watch on YouTube, Instagram, and all that. It's just so much of the percentage of it is AI slot. Something I will say positive about AI though is, especially with the solo server, Gemini, even of all things, actually helped me fix out a lot of the bugs in the very beginning. And in recent time, there was some issues I was having with crashing, and I was able just to directly upload all the crash files of the last month to Google. And less than a minute, it pointed out the main lines that were the issues. I went back and fixed it, and now the server hasn't crashed at all. So I will say there's benefits of AI, and there's a lot of negatives to it too. And I do try to do everything non-AI, all my video scripts, my thumbnails, any sort of artwork, music, all of that I try to do with absolutely no AI. You'll never see it for myself. You know, I just don't see the point in making content that way. I don't see the point of making music that way. If I'm gonna do that, like, I'm just gonna make an AI slop channel. I'm not gonna do anything for myself. At the end of the day, that's just kind of my perspective on it, and I really just kind of wanted to get on here to talk about the studio sessions. I have a couple of those that'll be coming out within the next week or so. I just have to do a little bit of like kind of final touches on it, and then that will be coming out. I'm pretty excited for y'all to check that out. Like I said, I've been having a lot of music stuff cooking, and in certain cases, I was working with people that just no longer had interest in working in music, or in some other ways that it was just constant, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, bro, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, man, let's meet up and do this, and never ended up really doing much. Some of it was just me bored, kind of learning things, and I found some pretty cool like melodies put together. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what y'all think of that. Other than that, though, I'll just say down below we have a couple of series started out. We're doing a complete classic StarCraft playthrough. We have our TCG channel that we've been opening up and going through some deck lists. That's been killing it. And then on top of all of that, we have the World of Warcraft solo server, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have been actually recently subscribing, checking that out. So I really appreciate that. And even in that other video that I posted just recently with Asmongold reacting to it, I think it's bringing a good light to the solo server community. And even if Blizzard does end up hitting a few of us, I think there's enough of it out there now that it won't fully disappear. Sadly, I won't be able to give out any of the download links. I know I've had a bombardment of questions, even some emails of people asking me, can I get the download link from you? Can I do that? I'll just say one last time that everything is searchable when you just look up World of Warcraft solo server on Google. You'll find everything. There's a lot of other YouTubers that are talking about it, but Blizzard is getting really strict with this, and we know that something is in the works for this BlizzCon and why they're going so hard on these private servers. So I'm interested to see what they have cooking, and I want them to leave us the fuck alone, but it is their property, and at the end of the day, they have all right to do so. So it does suck on that in certain ways. There were some rumors that the people of Turtle Wow actually started working on their own MMO. So it would be kind of cool to see a lot of these other people that got kicked off of their private servers all come together on one major MMO project. It would probably change the entire MMO franchise too if we had an actual dedicated fan base from when MMOs were a core essential into, you know, gaming, I guess you could say. Nowadays it's just the same shit over and over and over again. But other than that, I got some other stuff that I'm going to be talking about here soon. On some of the WoW stuff, I actually had some interesting ideas that no one really talks about, and I think y'all will like that. I'm going to be doing some reaction stuff that'll be coming out here on the Wizdom Entertainment channel. So there'll be some little bit of different things. I'll still be doing the gaming over on Wizdom. So make sure you guys go like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. We out.